Hi, this is Felicia from Playful Print, and I'm going to show you how to put a design on some ornaments. So I have one of these plastic ornaments from Michaels. It's like a flat disc one. This also works for any kind, but I just find the flat one's easier than a totally round ornament because a flatter surface is way easier to adhere onto than a round one. That's for another video. So I'm using these ones. I already have a little design pre-cut that says Merry and Bright. You can do whatever you want. So first thing that I like to do is take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and clean the surface of your ornament. So just put a little bit on a cotton ball or whatever and clean the ornament and let it dry, or kind of wipe it down so it's mostly dry, and then by the time you're ready to go it'll be good. That removes any oil from your fingerprints and all that would prevent the vinyl from sticking. So make sure that you cut your design out of 651 or equivalent permanent vinyl, not 631 or the removable vinyl, because it'll just start to peel off eventually and you want it to just stay on there forever. So get a weeding tool first, and you're going to weed out the negative space, the part that you don't want in your design. When I have smaller designs like this, I find it really easy to pick out first the middles of all my letters and all the little bits first, and then the outside. That way my actual design doesn't move around on the backing sheet, the white backing sheet. So like, you know, the middles of your E and your A and stuff like that. So bear with me for a second while I do this. I find it really handy, I don't have any right now, but to get like a little piece of tape or something here, something sticky, so all your little bits from your vinyl you can stick onto there, and then they're just not all over the place. But some people use their hand, like me, when you don't have anything else. So okay, so I'm picking out the middles of all my letters that have these centers that I don't want. So just give me one sec here to do that first. And then I'm going to show you how to put it on with transfer tape. So one sec here, sorry. I haven't got around to learning how to video edit yet, so I can't really fast forward this part, sorry. Almost done. Almost done. One more. Okay, so this is kind of, I don't know if you can see that. This is what I mean. Pick out all those centers of the letters first. And then what I'm going to do is pick off, so I hope you can see this. Sorry. Don't fall. Okay, so I use the weeding tool and I kind of like dig it into one of the corners and to make a hole, not right through the white part, but just through the color that I'm working on. And I don't know if you can see that, but that helps it peel up, and I just find that way easier than trying to like separate it with my fingers. So just all you want to do is slowly peel off the other part that's left behind. One thing I will mention is if you're doing small designs like this, especially writing that's quite thin, I like to use the custom setting and use the washi tape setting. I know that a lot of people do that. You could use the vinyl setting, but washi tape is a little slower for more intricate details. Also make sure that you don't lose, like I'm about to, the little like dots of an eye or something like that when you're peeling this up. And so I like to just kind of hold it down with my weeding tool as I'm peeling. So I'm just gonna peel all this away. One sec here, make sure it doesn't get stuck to anything else. And I obviously forgot one piece here. Okay, so there's my, it says Merry and Bright. There's my design there. So that's what's left over. This part you don't need, it's garbage. Take everything off my hand here. Okay, so the next step is to take now a piece of transfer tape. So I actually like to use, I don't have the whole roll. It's like shelf liner, clear shelf liner that you can get from Dollar Tree. But you can also get it at Michael's, you can get it at Walmart. I don't like the Cricut brand transfer tape so much, except for the strong, which only used for glitter. Don't try it on anything else, it'll be awful. Yeah, I just find it too sticky. It doesn't really work for me. So this is perfect, I find. This is what the back looks like. It's called, oh, this one's from Michael's. It's just contact brand, like contact paper. Yeah, so it's just clear. So you're just going to cut like a square. It doesn't matter what size, as long as it's bigger than your design. You're going to separate it. So you're going to peel off the clear part like this, and you're going to put it right over top of your design like that. Now you need something to scrape it with. So I have the scraper. You can use a credit card or like the back of your weeding tool, that's fine, whatever, anything you want. Make sure it's on a hard surface when you're scraping it, or else it's not going to stick. I actually am using like a cutting mat for fabric. This is bad. Don't do this. So I usually put it on the floor, or I have a wooden part of my desk down here, so you can't see it. But so all you want to do is just scrape it like this. Oh, can't see that. Like this, back and forth, back and forth. Make sure you get all the edges and everything. Make sure you get right over top of like my little eye that's right here, a little dot on it, because I don't want to lose that. Scrape, 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 scrape. I'm sorry, I'm going to scrape it on the other part of my desk here because it's harder. Like I said, my mat's not very good. Okay, so when you're pretty confident that it's adhered onto there, what I find easier is to actually flip it upside down, because gravity is kind of your friend here. And it helps you not lose the letters as you're peeling it. So what you want to do is just grab a corner. I hope you can see this, I'm sorry. Grab a corner and slowly start to peel up. And your colored vinyl should be sticking to the clear. If you can see this. See how it's not on the white part here? It's sticking to the clear part, right? You see that? Okay, so if you find it's not, scrape it on a harder surface. Try again. And you can, sometimes it like accidentally cuts into the white backing paper a little bit, so you would use your weeding tool and kind of like just pick it a little bit, and it should just kind of flop down right onto the transfer tape. So, okay, so I'm gonna peel this. Again, be careful of all your little bits there. And, oh, see, I don't know if you can see one of them sticking right to there. So all I'm gonna do is just kind of, like bend it a little so it's right at the edge, and then I just use my weeding tool and pick it down. There we go. So, ta-da. Okay, and that's it. So, garbage. So now I'm left with this. So that's the clear tape part, and then my red vinyl design is on there. And so what we want to do now is we want to get our ornament. And I hope you can see this, I'm sorry. Okay, so the transfer tape is pretty clear, so it's pretty easy to see through it to see where you want your design, and you kind of eyeball it. Some people like to put this on tape or fabric or something so that it doesn't move very much. What can I use? I don't know. I don't have anything here, but or you can put it on your lap if you want, just so it doesn't, you know, it's rocking kind of, so that's fine. Okay, so what you want to do, oh, one thing I should mention. Okay, so see how my design is pretty square, like, yeah, it's not, like I don't have the middle word longer or something like that. If that was the case, you would want to cut, I can still do it now anyway, you kind of want to cut slits in your transfer tape, right, like very close to your design. Can you see that? Because that'll help it go onto a curved surface a lot better. So I can do that anyway. And so it doesn't matter if this clear transfer tape like overlaps or it has a bend in it or whatever. We just care about the actual vinyl. So I'm gonna cut some slits here, just wherever you think. Yeah, so you know, you can see that I have all these slits cut in there. So, but I'm not cutting my actual red design. I'm just cutting the clear part. Okay, so you just want to lay it right on top. Go slow, because you kind of only get one shot. You can't remove it. It's not removable, so you only get one shot at this. So just kind of place it where you want, and you just want to try and press the middle. Don't worry about the edges, because they'll fall into place. So I'm putting my thumb right in the middle of my design. I'm going to just pushing on it right in the middle of my design here. Right, so it's like that. Then I kind of want to run my finger, can you see this? In every direction to try and get it flat. Now just be paying attention to, you don't want your design, like the, you know, my red vinyl here, I don't want it to wrinkle and stuff like that. So I don't care if this part wrinkles. So you want to just kind of try and smooth it out as best you can on a curved surface. They're really annoying, but these flat ones make it a little easier. So, okay, so that's pretty flattened on there just with my hand. So now again, you want to get your scraper and you're going to scrape all over your design to make sure that it adheres properly. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Obviously be careful if you're working with glass ornaments. That's usually why I do not. I'm very clumsy. Don't want it to break in your hand. So, scrape, scrape, scrape. Alright. There we go, I scraped. So now you're just going to peel it off. Again, do everything slowly. It's much easier if you do everything slowly. Again, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I have a wrinkle here, so I'm going to try and fix that in a minute. Okay. So I'm peeling my design off, and I hope you can see it. That's what it looks like. I have a little wrinkle right here, so I just take my weeding tool and I kind of slip it under the wrinkled part, and then just, yeah, so it just popped up. You probably can't see that, but this little part just popped up again, and then I smooth it back down with my weeding tool. There we go, and I think that's the only wrinkle that I had. Okay, so there we go. I hope you can see that, but that's what it looks like. Yeah, so there you go. So you would just, so if you're working with more than one color, you would just apply each color separately. So it doesn't matter if that clear transfer tape goes over top of this again, it's not going to lift it up from the ornament if I place it on top with a different color, like if I'm putting, you know, some green here or something, it doesn't matter. So you would just lay each one separately with the new transfer tape. You could actually reuse transfer tape, but because I cut slits in it, it's probably not a good idea. So I hope you could follow that okay. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.